Forging cyber security experts. Secure Ninja.
Alright, what's going on, ninjas? Today we're going to talk about building a home lab. And if you're really trying to do a lot of security stuff, I hate to tell you, you're going to have to build a home lab. And I know that's frustrating for a lot of people, so what I decided to do today was kind of put together my notes and my thoughts on what you need to do if you're going to build a home environment. Specifically for pen testing, for malware analysis, all the goodies. So let's start primarily with the lab for pen testing. A lot of people ask me about my home lab, and when I started my home lab a few years ago, I guess it's more than a few now at this point, I had as many as 17 computers at one point. And over the years it's gone, whittled up and down, but now I don't need to run that many machines. Today with virtualization, you don't need that crazy of a lab environment. So let's go down through the key things. Hardware you need, software you need, what virtualization platform that you're going to use, and then some tips for pen testing. Okay, first thing people always ask me, hey, I got an old PC. Should I use my old PC or should I build something? Strong recommendation for me, build something. Drop the old PC. You got a crusty old Dell, that used to be your wife's PC or whatever. No, and no, right? Get yourself a brand new box. Build yourself a bare bones box. I like the Shuttle box. Shuttlebox SH673H. It's about the size of a shoebox, but it can go up to about 32 gig of RAM. You can buy it bare bones for about 200 and some odd bucks, and then you just have to buy the RAM and the hard drives. You can build the whole thing for a couple $100. So easily under $700, and you're going to have a pretty robust host that can really do a whole lot. I recommend you throw VMware ESXi on it. Now you can run all your virtual machines, and you can comfortably run 15, 20 virtual machines at the same time. Right, on 32 gig of RAM, you should be able to do that. Don't get me wrong, they won't be robust speed demons, but you should be able to do pretty much anything you want in your lab environment that way. Now, my old lab, I had a boatload of Cisco gear, routers, switches, Cisco Pixes and ASAs and all that kind of crap. Today, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't buy any of that crap. I would not do it. I would definitely tell you to go with something like GNS3. GNS3 is a framework that allows you to run real Cisco IOSs, so you get all the same functionality as all of your regular routers and switches, but you don't have to have any of the gear. Natively runs real clean inside a VirtualBox. A little bit of tweaks you have to do to get it going in VMware, but nice and smooth. So for your hardware, definitely build a box. Go with a shuttle box. And then for your Cisco gear, my recommendation, go with GNS3. Software. When you're first getting started with your home environment, a lot of the concern is, hey, where do I get all the operating systems from? Especially the Windows-based operating systems. They tend to be pretty expensive. So a lot of people, at least in the good old days, the MSDN packages were really good. The Microsoft Development Network packages were really good. Now, last I heard they had raised the pricing on that, and it's gotten really tough to get that kind of stuff. What I would say is if you're not a student or on some of these special programs, paramilitary or whatever the case may be, where you can get access to the Microsoft operating systems for free or for cheap, then definitely look at places like half.com and all the old bookstores. Looking to buy like old computer books that often have the CDs in them. That's a great way that you can go about it. And then outside of that, you're probably going to want to be using the trial versions of the operating systems. There's always howtoforge.com, absolutely the best thing since sliced bread when it comes to Linux. So if you want to build a bunch of Linux-based servers, mail servers, web servers, DNS servers, load balancers, anti-spam gateways, anything you want to do with Linux, howtoforge.com is going to have great tutorials how to do it, and oftentimes the actual virtual machine that you can run, so you can download them from there. Now, I think it's more important to focus on the old apps themselves, because if you're pen testing, you're going to be exploiting applications, not necessarily operating systems. Years ago, that wasn't the case, but today, it's way more focused on the apps. So check out places like oldapps.com, so that you can do that and get those access to those applications. Now, a lot of people are going to talk to you about vulnerable apps, right? Damn vulnerable web app, damn vulnerable Linux, Hack Me Bank, Hack Me Books, Hack Me Casino, WebMaven, the DICE, ISOs, all these types of products, WebGoat, a ton of that stuff out there. And I think that stuff is good and it has its place. Don't get me wrong. I think when you're brand new to the industry and you want to kind of get a feel of how some vulnerabilities work, that stuff is really good. But pretty soon you're going to need to take the training wheels off and you're going to have to actually play with real applications and as close to a real environment as possible. Remember, the vulnerable practice apps are designed to illustrate a security concept, not really to try and teach you how to pen test. Next, I would say, is your virtualization platform. Now, I'm a little biased. I'm a VMware guy. Been using VMware since VMware version 2. I've been doing VMware for a long time. Now, a lot of people love VirtualBox, and I can't knock it for 99.99999% of the planet. VirtualBox is perfect, and it's got the right price. It's free. So VirtualBox is going to be good. I've just been using VMware so long, I'm a little bit biased. Also, I run a VMware ESX environment with all the other bells and whistles like vCenter and all that kind of stuff, so I like all those additional features. If you're gonna have a multi-server, multi-VMware host environment with multiple machines that you're doing virtualization on, you wanna be able to move VMs between machines and do vMotion and all that, that's when you're gonna want VMware. Most people aren't doing that at home, so you're going to be just fine with VirtualBox. Okay, let's wrap this up with the real important stuff. It's time to get down into what do you do for your pen testing stuff. The first thing you need to consider is what security mechanisms am I going to have in the environment, what tools am I going to be using, and where do I get the exploits from. Security mechanisms, that's going to be your stuff like firewalls, intrusion detection systems, log monitoring systems, that kind of stuff. I recommend you use SecureNinjaTV. Now there's Alien Vault and OSSIM. The reason I'm going to recommend SecureNinjaTV, fairly easy to get up and get running, and then really gives you access to a lot of open source tools. The benefit of being able to do something like SecureNinjaTV is it's going to allow you to stand up Snort, it's going to allow you to stand up Suricata, it's going to allow you to stand up all these different security products, all in one pretty easy to manage framework. So it's pretty much a just add water and you got all your defensive products. When it comes time to get your favorite security tools, I like going to packetstormsecurity.org/files/tags/tool. Here's where you're going to get all of the latest tools. Check the website once or twice a week. That'll give you a list of all of the latest tools. You'll always know what's going on, what new tools are being released. As far as exploits, the actual exploits that you launch against vulnerable apps, ExploitDB is probably your best resource. What I like about ExploitDB is usually when they have an exploit, they say, hey, this code works against this app. They often have the app available for download. You can download the app too. What I recommend that you do is every week, you go to ExploitDB, you grab the latest exploit, and then you grab the vulnerable app as well. You grab the vulnerable app, you install the vulnerable app in your environment, and you exploit it. You see if your security product detects it. If it doesn't detect it with your security product, you want to write a rule to detect it. Or go to places on the web like Emerging Threats and ask people, go to like the Snort users mailing list and the Snort IRC channel, ask people to help you with writing a rule. The more that you can do that, if you can do the exploits, try to see if it gets detected. If it doesn't get detected, write a rule for it so that you can detect the attack. That's going to be the real skill. If you do this every week, I guarantee inside of a couple of months, you are going to really be a ninja. So I'm going to wrap this up today. I hope this was helpful to you. And if you guys have any more questions, please shoot these into me so I can keep making some videos for you. You guys take care.
SecureNinjaTV is brought to you by SecureNinja.com, a world leader in cybersecurity training and certification. Our master instructors will help build you into a highly skilled and marketable security professional. Secure Ninja, forging cybersecurity experts.